My 3-year-old yelled, "That's mommy's boyfriend," at a wedding, and the bride fainted. The bride hit the church floor with a devastating thud, her dress spreading like spilled milk, while my 3-year-old son pointed at the groomsmen and repeated, "That's mommy's boyfriend Brad." 200 guests turned to stare at me, the single dad who'd just apparently destroyed a wedding. Let me back up. My ex-wife Natalie had begged me to bring our son Jamie to her sister's wedding, despite it not being my weekend. "Family needs to see him," she'd said. "Plus, you know how he gets with babysitters." What she didn't mention was that Brad would be in the wedding party. Brad, who'd been coming to our house for work meetings during our marriage. Brad, who Jamie recognized because he'd seen him leaving our bedroom at 7 a.m. when he was supposed to be at Daddy's house that weekend. Natalie claimed she was sick. The groom was helping his bride sit up, her face white with rage. "What the hell is he talking about?" she demanded. Brad stepped forward, hands raised. "Kids say crazy things. I don't even know this woman." "Yes, you do," Jamie shouted happily. "You bring mommy flowers, and you took us to the zoo when Daddy was working." Natalie materialized from the bridesmaid line, her face a masterpiece of panic. "Jamie, sweetie, that's not Mommy!" He wiggled out of my arms and ran to her. "Is Brad coming to dinner again tonight?" He said he'd bring pizza. The bride stood up slowly, bouquet trembling. "Tonight? You have plans tonight? My wedding night?" Here's what the happy couple didn't know. Brad was the bride's ex-boyfriend from college. They dated for 5 years before he cheated, and she kicked him out. The groom, trying to be the bigger man, had invited Brad as a groomsman since they'd all been friends once. "Show them the picture, Daddy." Jamie tugged my hand. "The one from the beach." I pulled out my phone, knowing exactly what he meant. Last month, Jamie had used my phone to take photos at the beach. When I'd looked later, there were shots of Natalie and Brad kissing by the tide pools. Clearly unaware, Jamie was documenting their date during what was supposed to be her solo mental health retreat. "I don't need to see it," the bride said quietly. Too quietly. She turned to her new husband. "Remember when Brad suddenly couldn't make the bachelor party? Said he had a work emergency?" The groom's jaw tightened. "The weekend you went to Vegas for your bachelorette?" Natalie grabbed Brad's arm. "We should go." "Go?" The bride laughed, but it sounded unhinged. "Go? You're my sister!" The revelation hit the crowd like lightning. Gasps, phones appearing, elderly aunts clutching pearls. The bride's parents stared at Natalie like they'd never seen her before. "It just happened," Natalie stammered. "We couldn't help it. You and Brad have been over for years. So you thought you'd secretly date him while standing in my wedding, while pretending to support me marrying someone else?" The bride grabbed a handful of wedding cake from the nearby table. "You couldn't help this either." The cake hit Natalie square in the face. Brad tried to run but slipped on the frosting, taking down 2 groomsmen. The groom yanked off Brad's boutonniere and threw it at him. "You were supposed to be my friend!" Jamie clapped his hands, delighted. "Food fight." "Nobody," I said, picking him up. "We're leaving." As I walked out, the bride called after me. "Sir, I'm sorry your son had to see this." "He's seen worse," I replied. His mother brought Brad to his 4th birthday party last month as her co-worker. The reception was canceled. The marriage was annulled 2 days later when the bride discovered Brad had been texting the groom's sister too. Natalie lost custody after the court reviewed the beach photos and security footage from our former home, showing Brad there during her custodial time, violating our agreement about introducing partners to Jamie. She tried to contest it, but her own family testified against her. Turns out, destroying your sister's wedding in front of your entire extended family burns bridges that can't be rebuilt. Brad moved to Portland after both families threatened restraining orders. Natalie followed him, signing away her parental rights in exchange for reduced child support. Jamie doesn't remember much about the wedding, just that there was cake and nobody got in trouble for making a mess. He doesn't ask about his mom often, and when he does, I tell him she loved him, but had to go away. Last week, the bride sent me a thank you card with a photo of her and her new husband in Hawaii. "Your son saved me from making the biggest mistake of my life. P.I.S. Tell him Brad's not anyone's boyfriend anymore." I framed the card, not out of spite, but as a reminder that sometimes the truth needs a 3-year-old's honesty to finally come out, and sometimes that's the greatest gift a wedding can receive.